All right, welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving into a really fascinating marketing strategy, one that shows you how to turn something like, say, a simple bag of fertilizer into a powerful story about living a longer, healthier life. It's all about building a bridge between the farm and our own future.
This quote right here, it gets to the very heart of it. See, truly great marketing isn't about selling products. It's about selling results. It's not about the what, it's all about the why. You know, that vision for a better, healthier life that we all want.
Okay, so to really get this, let's start with a mistake that, honestly, so many companies make. Whether they're in agriculture or health, they get totally lost in the technical details. Things like the NPK, the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium ratios in fertilizer. They're so focused on the specs instead of the outcome that the customer is actually dreaming about.
And this is where you see that huge shift in thinking. You stop selling the thing and you start selling the outcome. You do this with what marketers call bridge content. It's stuff that connects one big idea to another right inside your customer's mind. So in this case, you build a bridge from safe farming all the way to personal health. And just like that, your audience isn't just farmers looking for a better crop anymore. It's also every single family that wants to live a longer, healthier life.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. But if you're going to sell a solution, you have to have a problem first, right? So what's the hidden danger we're talking about here?
That is exactly the right question. We've all heard that old saying, you are what you eat. But maybe the more important question, the scarier one, is this. What has your food eaten? What kind of journey did it take to get to your plate?
We've all seen this. You're in the market, you see this vibrant, fresh, perfectly crisp vegetable. It literally looks like the poster child for health. But that's the illusion.
Because what you don't see, what's hiding behind that beautiful shine, can be a pretty harsh reality. To get that produce to market fast, it's often put through endless chemical baths and pesticide sprays.
And here's the scary part. Those chemicals don't just wash off in the sink. They get absorbed by the plant and, well, eventually by us. They build up in our bodies, basically becoming a ticking time bomb for ourselves and for our families, and they can lead to some really serious health problems down the line.
And look, the fallout from this is crystal clear. This isn't just a danger for the person eating the food, it's directly hurting the farmers who are exposed to these chemicals day in and day out. It's a broken system, plain and simple, that's damaging our health at both ends of the supply chain, from the field all the way to the fork.
But here is the good news. There is a better way. Modern innovation offers a real solution. So the job of a really smart marketer is to frame this new way forward not as just another product, but as the only path that makes sense for both safety and for prosperity.
So what does this innovation actually give you? Well, with modern tools like advanced fertilizers or organic soil conditioners, farmers get 3 huge wins. First, they slash their costs because they don't need all those expensive chemicals. Second, healthier plants just naturally mean bigger yields. And third, they literally bring life back to the soil, to their own bodies, and to the food we all put on our tables.
And that right there, that is the big reframe. The product is no longer just a farming supply. It becomes the starting point of sustainable health. It's now a premium, essential ingredient for a better life, literally from the ground up.
Okay, so the solution sounds powerful, but how do you actually show this to people? How do you make that choice feel totally obvious?
You tap into one of the most powerful tools in persuasion, and that is contrast. People are driven to act when a choice isn't just a tiny improvement, but a dramatic black and white difference between two totally different futures, a heaven and hell scenario. So what you do is you lay it all out, side by side. On one side, you paint a pretty gloomy but very real picture of the old way: debt, sickness, constant risk. And on the other side, you show this bright, achievable future of wealth, health, and peace of mind. This kind of visual storytelling makes the choice incredibly simple and really urgent. And then you seal the deal with a question that's so direct, so powerful, it forces a decision. This isn't just asking them to pick a product. It's a challenge. It's about their identity, their life's mission. And that's what triggers that immediate, powerful desire to change.
Okay, so you've set the stage, you've shown the contrast. Now, how do you make it all stick? You boil it all down to one simple, unforgettable truth. This is that bridge content we were talking about, in action. When you can connect your innovation to a farmer's wealth and a family's health all at the same time, you don't just get a one-time customer. You create a loyal follower,
a true believer in what you're doing, for life. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question to think about. Will you sell what your product is, or will you sell what it creates? Because the real power in marketing isn't in describing the thing you're holding in your hand. It's in painting a vivid, compelling picture of the better world it helps create. Thanks for joining us.